Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency markets and let you know what's going on, in my opinion. So here's the deal. I'm going to go over a little bit more in depth and use some assets around Bitcoin is what I'm going to do, guys. And by the way, if you subscribe to my channel, you're new. I do appreciate you. Thank you guys very much for that. Go ahead, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly appreciated. So guys, I'm going through the cryptocurrency market and like I said before in some previous videos, there's some canaries, coal mines. We are going to go over that a little bit more in depth, tell you what I think is a possibility here. Now, this is what I'm going to say about the cryptocurrency market compared to the traditional financial market. I'm going to go over that real brief, real quick, is that, in my opinion, most of the altcoins that we're looking at are at the bottom, I'm going to say it again. They're at the bottom. Now, whether they're going to go anywhere anytime soon remains to be seen, but they're struggling to get down there, and or they're not struggling to get down there. What I should say is that they're down at the bottom. So basically, the altcoins used to be up in the clouds back in October, November of 2021, and now they're in the bottom of the ocean, basically, if you want to use an analogy, is what's going on. In my opinion, they're not going down too much more. There's some other ones. Now I'm talking about the main altcoins, not the number 2,245 or something like that. The ones that are on the first page of like CoinGecko or Coin Market Cap. So what I'm going to do is that you see this dump right here that Bitcoin is doing. This dump right there, guys. You see that? This dump and this dump got a lot of people scared. A lot of people scared out there. Thinking the bottom's going to fall out. Over the traditional financial markets, go over that. I want to show you something, though. I'm over here on the weekly chart for Binance with this volume candle, which is the highest it's ever been. Once again, more volume. Extremely higher than this one, than this one, than this one, than on these other candles over here, guys. This is telling me that the sellers, the sellers are going away. It's going to a bottom, in my opinion. Bitcoin is somewhere in the bottom. Now, whether it's going to start ripping out of there remains to be seen. And I'm going to tie this into traditional financial markets, guys. So remains to be seen right here. But there's a lot of selling volume in these candles in here. Okay, and it's not going down. It's not going down like it should. And if this is some sort of the third wave that this is 1, 2, and this is supposed to be a third wave. It's not acting like a third wave, guys. To me, it's not. So you see right over here, this is 1, 2. And you see this third wave? That's a third wave. Bam! Just like that, okay? It at least comes down and gets into there. So could it do something funky and come back up and do another third wave? It could. But one thing that I've learned in the markets is it's usually not as easy as 1, 2. And oh, there it is. Look at that. The perfect setup comes along. I drop in my short and ride the third wave down, because that's what I look for when I short. I ride third waves down, like over here, these over here, ride those waves down, or big long A waves or C waves. And I'm not buying that. It's not having that behavior. Could things change? It could, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is I want to go over these markets right here. The Dow Jones Industrial, the NASDAQ, and the SPX primarily. All right. So what the deal is, in my opinion, well, not what the deal is. The traditional financial markets, guys, they look like crap. They just look like crap. There's no other way you can do that. It's like, what's right here is a 3-wave swing, and then they looking like they're going to probably be going down significantly. And I started thinking about this whole inflation stuff and everything. Inflation's part of the system. I'm going to say this: inflation's part of the system. It's going to continue to go on. They talk about 2%, getting down to 2%. It'll be 2% on their chart, but it actually won't be 2% because different assets, if you will, or different sectors of everything inflates differently. Like a cup of coffee can inflate a lot faster than, say, for example, like a TV. TVs, like right now, are getting cheaper, not really inflating at all. From like 30 or 40 years ago, TVs have gone down. They've been deflationary. So it's all like sectors and stuff, but inflation is part of the system. They're going to get it down there. No. So I started thinking about this a little bit more in deep, going, well, what's going on with the Fed? What are they going to do? What's the Fed going to do? The Fed is going to look at the markets. They're going to look at the markets, and the markets aren't going down. They want to see it go down. They want this to go down. That's going to be their thing. They're going to look at that. I don't think. Well, I don't want to say I don't think if the numbers in inflation are going to continue to go down, that they would change or flip back to being, not as hawkish, if you will. But here's what I'm saying is that this needs to come down. They're going to be paying attention not to cryptocurrencies. I don't think that's not even on their radar. Maybe those guys invest a little bit into it. I doubt it, but maybe some of them do a little bit, but for the most part, they're not even paying attention to that. They're paying attention to the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500, and it needs to go down. It needs to go down. So the last interest rate hike that they had, and it blasted up, and that's probably wasn't good for the overall market because they want it to go down. Once they see it down in these, probably like in this area, or maybe even lower. Maybe it needs to go lower for them to say, okay, yeah, we've done enough damage. Is that when they'll finally flip? It's not going to be. It's going to be a matter where these are going to be. In my opinion, is what I'm thinking about. So they need to go down. So if the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 need to come down, what is that going to do to Bitcoin? You may be asking. So these need to come down. What's that going to do to Bitcoin? Well, in my opinion, I think Bitcoin, in my opinion, is near the bottom. I don't see it going down to 10,000. If it had a shot to go to 10,000, it would be doing it. It would be doing it. If it's not going to be doing it in the next 2 to 3 weeks and making its move on this candle, it's not doing it, in my opinion. I still don't think it's going to be able to do it. I just don't think the sellers are there, guys. I just don't think they're there. Nobody wants to buy, really, and very few. And the selling has gone. It's going to take some massive group like Luna did, or somebody like Luna, to be able to do that. It's not going to be Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox is not on the table. They're not even getting that stuff together until, from what I understand, until 2023, until that's coming to fruition with maybe possibly people selling Bitcoin. So I don't think so. What can happen here? I think this can range, guys. I think up, down, maybe like what it did in 2015 and do some massive correction. Could it come down and break that low? It could. But for the altcoin market, guys, for the altcoin market, if Bitcoin doesn't move like this, comes down, does maybe another move like that, the altcoins are going to do, some of them are going to do really well as long as you have your positions, if your positions correctly in assets and crypto assets that are doing halfway decent, like say, for example, Quant, Matic, are two that I can think of off the top of my head. So what else is there that is a little bit of concern? So I'm going to go over some assets too, and canary in the coal mine is MicroStrategy. Okay, MicroStrategy right here, guys, has done it's doing a flat move. It's a 3-3-5, and MicroStrategy needs to do this wave down. Where is this going to go? Where's it going to end up? The box, more than likely the box. So if I take off the line chart, you can see the wick was down to here. Does it need to come just past here possibly? And then it's done? Don't know yet. Or does it need to go down into the box? You can see with MicroStrategy, this is the flat move. I remember everybody was all excited about MicroStrategy, and then I said, guys, it's a flat and it's going to come back down. And that's what it did. And it's coming back down here. Whether it goes into the box or not remains to be seen. But if you take the from wick to wick and check this right here, you can see it hit 1.618 on the nose with this third wave that it did. So this is another one to be concerned with. I guess you could say, if you want to be concerned with, that MicroStrategy does need to get down there. And I had targets on it, get back down here near this third wave into the box. So MicroStrategy needs to do that. So MicroStrategy has more downside. That does mean that possibly there's downside in Bitcoin. You can't deny that. However, the good news is that MicroStrategy is more volatile than Bitcoin. So let's say, for example, like MicroStrategy goes down 20%, Bitcoin might only go down like, say, 10%. Just as an example, I'm using that as an example. It's more volatile than Bitcoin. So that's one thing to be paying attention to with that. So I'm going to go over another one too. It's called Mara, that miner for Bitcoin, and it went up on a 5-wave run. It's done a nice 3-wave correction, and then it's done a nice impulse move off of here, and it looks like to me that it's in a correction. So the deal is with this right here is it's dropped 93, almost 94% from that high up there, that 5-wave move, 3-wave move. Over here is a nice impulse move. So there could be more downside because you can see it's more than likely going to make your little tiny 3-wave move over here, guys. So like this, okay, going to make a move over there. So there's more downside for Mara, in my opinion, to make a second wave over here. But otherwise, unless this is some sort of WXY and it's swinging back up here to come back down into a Y over here, it could. I don't think so. Otherwise, it's in a bullish sequence, guys. You know, until proven otherwise, it comes down and breaks this low. Mara's in a bullish sequence, and it completed this correction with a 94% drop off of this 5-wave sequence, and it's over here. So this is giving you decent signals so far towards Bitcoin, in my opinion. People look at this and going, "Oh no, it doesn't look good." It has a correction coming up. I say at the short-term time frame, it has a correction coming up. I'm over here, Riot. Riot is more or less the same thing. You know, here's March 2020. This thing blasted up onto a wave, and it's done a nice 3-wave swing over here for Riot, and then it's gone down, you know, 95%. And this one is a little bit more tricky. I mean, it did a 5-wave swing off of there, but is this one swinging up for a 3-wave swing to correct this whole leg to make a swing like so, where it would be doing a you know, a WXY? Don't know yet, but otherwise, Riot blockchain is in a bullish sequence overall. This is bullish. Correction is deep enough to correct this leg, and then what is it doing over here? So more than likely, it could be the same thing. If this is a 5, at a minimum, it's going to come down and correct it, just like Mara down to here, and then swing up onto another leg. So somewhere along the line, according to these two charts with Bitcoin, there's more than likely going to be another swing up. Somewhere along the line, there'll be a swing up at a minimum, in my opinion. So went over MicroStrategy, and then I want to go over Ethereum, Grayscale, Ethereum Trust here too. This is the reason I wanted to show you guys this asset, which is a proxy of Ethereum. This is your perfect diagonal. That right there is your picture perfect diagonal that it did. You can see throwovers with these waves, typical nice wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ended up there. And this asset right here, Ethereum, has gone down 85%, almost 86% with a nice 3-wave swing. So this is just using this as, you know, as a proxy of Ethereum. There's your 3-wave swing. And this right here, if you're bearish, this is to me too small. You know, there's a move out of there that's bullish. And this is what's going to matter with this. Is this ABC to come back down to correct this leg and go back up? Remains to be seen. It looks like right now it wants to do a 3-wave swing to come back down here to go up on this wave to correct it and then swing back up onto another wave. Otherwise, if you're bearish, this really needs to do another swing like so to get this up a little bit higher, probably more into those areas to do your swing like this, how these waves work, okay? You know, the waves have to have a little bit of sense. So this 3-wave sequence is big enough for this one to drag it back up to make this sequence over there. That's if you're bearish on it. But I mean, otherwise, guys, Ethereum, using this as Ethereum to get an idea of what possibly Ethereum's doing, you know, this is this is going to just continue to fall down here like this. Doesn't really make sense because clearly you have a 3-wave swing. And could it fall in short on calling this a 3-wave swing? It could. That's extremely bearish, though. That's extremely bearish to have a little X wave like that. It should be more like up in that area, guys, in my opinion. But if it is, then it's extremely bearish. Grayscale, Bitcoin Trust. You know, people talking about using this as a proxy. This is a proxy for Bitcoin too, like Ethereum, Grayscale Trust over there. And this one too is in the area where if it's down in this area, guys, like people saying Bitcoin's going to 10,000. Well, one, this needs to swing back up probably substantially and then come back down here. And if it does do that, now you're talking about a structure that, one, if this swing, you can even call that, maybe you see that's a truncated fit. You'd have two options. This was a 3-wave swing. It wasn't even bullish, some corrective blast off that it did, like a kind of like an example I would use would be like a Tron coin that it did up like this and then did a correction and it's going down here. Or you'd have to say that this is a 5th wave. It did do a sequence and this is a 5th wave and it's truncated and it's extremely bearish. And then if it ended there, this is your 3-wave move. It needs to swing back up and do another 3-wave move back down here. Okay. Those are your options. But, looking at the RSI down here, it's down as low as it's ever been. In my opinion, reasonably to think that it's going to be in this area for a period of time, maybe bounce up a little bit, come back to that trend, bounce up a little bit and play around in this area. And finally, eventually, when the macro environment gets a little bit better, it could rip out of there at some point after, Bitcoin does, obviously. Now, the other thing is too, the crypto market crashed first 1 month after the S&P crashed. And that's how the market's kind of been going like that in tandem. So you got the crypto market, then you got the traditional financial markets, they crashed, and then the housing market. And the housing market is obviously much bigger, and it takes a lot more time to get that going, and it's not even done yet. It's not even finished yet. And interest rates are going to continue to probably keep creeping up a little bit, 6%, and now the 6.5% is coming, and maybe even 7% to get a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. And what does that mean? To me, with the S&P 500, guys, and the NASDAQ, is that more than likely this is a fake out and that they need to swing back down and they're going to correct. I have my sneaky suspicion that the crypto market is going to be the first to roll out before these start rolling out. That's what I think is going on, possibly. So I went over the Bitcoin Grayscale Trust, and then the DXY, I want to go over this real quick. It's trying to make its way over 110. Get back up there again. Is it going to move up, continue to go higher? Well, one of the things that I do is you have gold. Here's gold right here, guys. Gold is at the, in my opinion, it's getting to the point of no return, okay? This is a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a massive flat, okay? You see that 1-to-1 up there? And I was looking, some people had brought this up. I saw it on Twitter. For those that actually trade gold, because I was actually thinking about that. I know you guys are in crypto and you don't even like gold. You don't want to hear about it. Hey, I understand that. But this is going to matter for the DXY, guys. That's why this is important. If the DXY continues to go up, that's going to matter for the crypto market. So whether you like gold or don't like gold, it's going to matter. And this is a pretty, I wouldn't say it's super important asset. It's still a pretty important asset. If this just continues to go down, that's going to be telling me something as strange is going on in the market. It's not going to make much sense because this is a bullish sequence that gold is in right now. Okay, so up here's the wave 1. This is the 2. Up here's your 3. This is the 4. Your massive sideways correction there, another sideways correction over here. And the point of no return is where it is right now, 1640. It's got 20 more to go, and it needs to bottom there and start going up. Otherwise, this is one way you can get the top indication for the DXY is when gold bottoms. Usually when you find the bottom for it, it's going to finish a correction, the DXY is going to peak. So what's going on? This is the thing that I'm saying is because if this continues to go down and we have this continue to go up, what the heck is going on in the market? There's something strange, what I'm saying is going on. What it could be, don't know for sure. But that's definitely a signal that is like, pay attention. So back to Bitcoin, guys. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Take a look at this. So what does this mean for you that are following my channel? You want to be more careful if you're going into positions in Bitcoin or any of the altcoins, guys. You have to be extra careful at this point. Do I think that this is going to be dumping down to 10,000 and setting itself for a dump? I don't think so. The signals for Bitcoin are telling me that if this wasn't the bottom, it's definitely near the bottom. I think right now the biggest risk is that it's going to be in a range. So Bitcoin, let me go to this other chart. Bitcoin could be in a range, guys, like this, possibly something like that. Okay. I have my other stuff on there in the chart in this range, just like so. Let me take that back off. So basically in this range or something like that where Bitcoin could be in. Otherwise, you know, just with the amount of volume, this should have been going down a lot more. It should have gone down a lot more aggressive, in my opinion, with Bitcoin, guys. And looking at the overall rest of the altcoins, you know, just going down the list of the altcoins, you know, like Cardano. Cardano is one I've been waiting for. Like I said in previous videos, I've been waiting for this one, Cardano, get to mid 30s, 33, 35 cents. Not getting there. Algorand, still hanging on to that 27 cents. You know, that's the low point for Algorand's 27 cents. Why is it still hanging on there? Probably near the bottom. It's dropped like 90%. It doesn't really have much more to go. These coins, the facts remain are this, guys. The altcoins in the altcoin market are way, way closer to their bottom than they are the top. That's the facts. It's just a matter of being able to get in there at the time it a little bit better, get into the assets, the crypto assets that are doing halfway decent. And like, for example, you know, Matic quants and things like that, trying to find those types of assets are going to do a lot better. I mean, even Matic, guys, I've been looking at Matic and, you know, I was thinking, oh, here we go. You know, Bitcoin's going to be doing a dump. So now Matic is going to come down into my box, and it's not doing it, guys. You know, more likely because it's fairly bullish. It's waiting for the crypto market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, to get its act together once again and get down here and Bitcoin. If Bitcoin does like a $3,000 run, that's it. You know, Matic will be able to make some moves. Same thing with Quant, guys. I showed in a previous video where Quant went up 4,000% from June of 2018 until December of 2018. Well, everybody was probably hair on fire. We're in a bear market. Can't make any money, you know, type deal. Same thing. Take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink went up over 200% in 2018 before December 2018. Go down there and look at the bottom of Chainlink. Granted, it went up 200% and corrected the whole leg once it all the way back down. But still, there was opportunity there. Chainlink went up over 200% when Bitcoin was in its bear market. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. Putting everything together, just letting you know, be careful with the crypto assets. You know, you want to be kind of like on high alert and not take too many risks. And by the way, I wanted to say this too. If you want to know my cash position right now is 90%. 90%, guys. It's not even 90%. It's actually more than that right now. I'm just giving you ballpark figures. The positions that I have out of my total whole portfolio is 90% USDC cash. Okay. Just to give you guys an idea, I don't stress that enough. I did before when everything was going down, when Bitcoin was down in these areas. You know, I told people, what do you need to do? Be in cash, be in USDC, get out of the assets and just short them on the way down, make some gains on the way down. And then when you get down here, you can flip and start getting your positions in your coins. Okay. So throughout this whole time, through here to and down to here, I was up until recently 100% cash. Okay, 100%. Now I'm about 90%, and just taking a look at the assets that I like and trying to get a play. And I do think that there may be an opportunity for Bitcoin to make a move like this. And if all Bitcoin has to do is go from 19 to 24, and there's going to be some pretty good movement. Is it going to be anytime soon? I don't think so. I think we got at least 2 or maybe 3 or 4 more weeks of just, you know, wandering around possibly in this area. If you made it all the way to the end of my video, I do appreciate you. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.